Shabbat Shalom. We're going to read this week Parashat Va'eira, and the parasha starts the following. Vaydaber Elohim el Moshe. So God, Elohim, spoke to Moshe. Vayomer elav, ani Hashem. And he said to him, I am the Lord. I am what is called the secret name of God. Va'era el Avraham ve'el Yitzchak ve'el Yaakov be'el Shaddai. When I appeared to the fathers of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, I appeared in the name of El Shaddai, the God of maybe mountains or something like that. Ushmi Hashem lo nodati lahem. And in my name, the Lord, Yud Kei Vav Kei, I have not been known to them. So looking at these short psukim, we have a few names that God is called. We have Elohim, which the Torah describes God speaking to Moshe, saying, Vaydaber Elohim. And then God, Elohim, tells Moshe that his name is Hashem, Yud Kei Vav Kei. And then God says, listen, you are special. Why are you special? Or why is your time special? The period when you live? Because the Avot, the patriarchs, there were only knew me in the name of El Shaddai. Right? But I am now known as Hashem, as Yud Kei Vav Kei. Okay, so basically what we have to ask is what is the difference between these names? I mean, and we will put the emphasis on the name of God, Yud Kei Vav Kei. What does that mean? Rashi, when he deals with this question, he first of all mentions, and which anybody who looks through the stories in Bereshit, you could see that the word Yud Kei Vav Kei, the name of God, appears there. So what does Rashi say? Rashi says, Vayomer elav ani Hashem, ne'eman leshalem sachar lamitalchim lefanai. So Rashi says that the name of God teaches us, or it's the name that brings on the notion of paying for the good deeds. Ne'eman leshalem sachar. And what does El Shaddai mean? Rashi says, Va'era el avot be'el Shaddai, hivtachtim havtachot, uvechulam amarti lahem, ani El Shaddai. Okay? So, and he continues and says, Ushmi Hashem, lo nodati b'midat amitut sheli, she'alea nikra shmi Hashem. So basically what Rashi is saying here, Rashi is saying that first of all, the Avot, they know the name of God, right? But when promises were given, when the Avot were given promises for having a big nation and for getting Eretz Canaan, the land of Israel, so God says El Shaddai. And why didn't God use the name of Yud Kei Vav Kei? God didn't use that name because that name relates more to when things when things happen. Right? So now, when the process of starting to leave Egypt and going to Eretz Israel and building up a big nation, so only then does the name of God, Yud Kei Vav Kei, does that name appear, or is that name is relevant in the reality of the world. Okay, now, if we think of names, I think whoever had the zchut, the fortune of giving a name to a son or a daughter, or even other occasions when you have to give names, I think we feel that it's something which is very important, right? When you sit and think of giving a name to someone, that name will be the essence of the person, right? Every time you will call the person, you will use that name. And I think if we stop and think of the name of Yud Kei Vav Kei, and we remember where it was mentioned before. So in Perek Gimel, when God first appears to Moshe in the sneh, so Moshe says, if Bnei Israel ask, what is your name, God, what will I say? And God says, you shall tell him, Eheye asher eheye, I shall be what I shall be. And if we look at the name of God, of the Yud Kei Vav Kei, and we look at Eheye, the Aleph Hey Vav Hey, we see that it all comes from the root of Hey Vav Hey, or Hey Yud Hey, which means in Hebrew, Haya, it means is, or being. And I think that really fits what Rashi is saying here. The name of God, of Havaya, means that He is. He is being. He is something which is here. And if we think of the ancient world and also of our world, that we look around and we don't see God, I think what God is trying to say with His name is saying that I am the one who is, right? Even though when you look outside you don't see any idols, you don't see anything, but God says, don't worry, the process of the redemption of the Geulah is here, and look at my name and believe, and it will happen. Shabbat Shalom.